Our first wrestler to the ring, please.
Coming out first, he's the LPW champion.
Indeed, on his way to the ring, this is Bash. He won the LPW Heavyweight Championship at the last LPW event in a chaotic four-man match, which also signaled the introduction to LPW of the Syndicate, who have been noticeable by their absence so far tonight. Those of you who saw the last event will be aware that Innocence is, in her own small way, a part of the Syndicate, and we will possibly be seeing another member of that faction later on. But in the meantime, Bash is on his own, and we will see exactly what, if you'll pardon the phrase, the cut of his jib is, because he will be going up against a genuine WWE Hall of Famer. And our ring announcer will let us know who that is.
We have the champion in the ring. Let's bring in the challenger.
And I think things may just be about to get a little raucous. I'm actually slightly concerned. The camera will just pass over our heads. This is a demented individual. Undeniably so. We may just end up with a Bushwacker conga. Oh yeah, it's happening. I think Bash has absolutely no idea what is actually going on right now. And that is probably one of the greatest weapons in the arsenal of Bushwacker Luke.
Match number 5 this evening is a match made over a time limit of 60 minutes and will be decided by one fall, and is for the LPW Championship and belt. Ladies and gentlemen, from the blue corner, your challenger from down under, from New Zealand, the WWE Hall of Famer. Will you welcome Bushwacker Luke?
The crowd are loving the Bushwacker.
Well, that's only to be expected.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the right corner, we welcome the defending champion, Bash!
Looks like we've got a few Bash fans in the house as well.
There's something disturbing about hearing people chanting for Bash. The question is, what's going to happen when the bell rings? So referee Fox just giving the pre-match instructions to both wrestlers. It is a championship match, so making sure that they cover up where necessary, that they fight intelligently, they defend themselves. Requesting to shake hands, and interestingly, they both back away from one another. Bell sounds, and our title match is underway. It is for a 60-minute time limit. Bushwacker Luke appealing to the audience for a little bit of verbal support. Bash decides that that's a suitable opportunity to launch a preemptive strike from behind. Oh, and that's almost a photographer killed by Bash. Bash, don't kill a photographer. They're not easy to find. Yeah, series of forearm shots, series of chops possibly. And he's going to whip him into the other turnbuckle. Bash, however. Now, at some point, I am going to get the two confused. I know how stupid that sounds, but we've got a Bushwacker and we have Bash. So at some point, I'm going to come out with Bushwacker. Actually, I think that's what's just happened. Bash with a swing and a miss. Bushwacker Luke off the rope, goes into his first pinfall attempt of the match.
2 counts.
That was a 2 count. Luke back up to a vertical base. He has control over Bash. Headbutt from Bash to Bushwacker. Series of overhand lefts from Bash. Forces Bushwacker Luke into the corner. Whip now into the opposite corner. Bash flies in for... No! That would have been a splash, but he missed, and... I have a feeling that somebody promised Bushwacker Luke a rump steak tonight. They haven't delivered yet, so he figured he'd get one of his own. And Bash acting like he has never been bitten on the hiney before. If that's the case, man, you have not lived. Wait, I shouldn't be sharing that in public. I was swimming in the Amazon, honest. That's what I'm talking about here. Pure manner. That's all I'm saying. Referee counting Bash on the outside. The count has been broken once. Makes it back inside. Takes wrist control. All cousin Luke. Bash suggesting that he will break cousin Luke's arm. A very unsportsmanlike thing to say. But then, let's be honest, he's pretending to be a baseball player. And baseball isn't particularly sportsmanlike anyway. I mean, come on. It's rounders played over an hour and separated into quarters. What kind of sports person plays rounders anyway? Actually, don't scrub that. Cousin Luke has wrist control now. Leads Bash over to the ropes. Maintains wrist control. Shot to the biceps.
Your referee has moved Bushwacker. He's first by warning.
Bushwacker Luke. Second public warning will be awarded at some point, and if there is a third, then it's an instant disqualification. For those of you wondering why it is that Luke might have gone down that route, you need to bear in mind his history. As part of the new sheep herders, he was considered to be one of the most terrifying and brutal individuals on the North American circuit prior to joining WWF, as was. He's not averse to bending the rules if necessary.
2 yards.
Lateral press in a 2 count to Cousin Luke. Bash decides he needs to get a little bit of a breather. And Luke telling the referee how to do his job. Count has started.
Looks like she's starting to chicken trying out towards Bash.
Yep. Letting Bash know what he thinks of him, and the audience concur. Bash slides himself back in under the bottom rope, breaking the referee count. Knee lift to the abdomen on Luke. Elbow shot to the forehead. Bash, that really isn't going to work. Have you looked at that forehead? Have you seen what he's done with that forehead? You really haven't researched this properly, have you?
Your referee has given Bash's first public warning.
Public warning to the LPW champion for not releasing a hold on the ropes. He follows that up though with a running knee lift to the abdomen of Cousin Luke. Elbow drops now on his prone opponent. And a little bit of mockery from the current champion.
Bash there trying to get a pinhole failed.
Blatant chokehold from Bash on Cousin Luke. Narrowly avoids another referee's warning. Goes
Missing out leg drop there.
Goes for a big leg drop, yeah, off the ropes. Definitely hurt that upper hip region. Or should it be upper thigh or central hip? Who knows? Tempered Irish whip reversed by Bushwacker Luke. Follows it up in the corner with a double clothesline, if you will. And Bash prone in the corner. And I have a sneaking suspicion that Cousin Luke has something very specific in mind. Oh. I'm just no. Really, there's a time and a place for things like that, okay? And just no. There are some things that you really don't want to see. There are some things you really don't want to be on the receiving end of. And this is... And the referee has just realized there has been a wardrobe malfunction. And Bash, meanwhile, is... may be traumatized for life, and he's just made Andy Fox sniff his face. There really are no words for what we just seen, except for, oh my God! Just not on Bash. He's wiping the Bushwacker from his face and has just wafted his hand in the face of an audience member. That's just not on. Bash makes it back in the ring, breaking the count, but I suspect he's still recovering from the humiliation of having a pair of kiwi buttocks in his face.
If Bash ain't careful, this match might end up turning into a lumberjack match.
this moment, then maybe this is sensible strategy from Bash. Being the champion, the onus is on him not to lose. It is up to Bushwacker Luke to win, and he cannot win the championship by count-out or disqualification. So Bash managed to make that leg drop count a second time round. He does only get a 2 count for his trouble though. He's now berating the referee for what he perceives to be a slow count. Bushwacker Luke makes it to the ropes. Bash now deciding that he'll pogo him up and down. People might be old enough to remember Zebedee. That's all that's going through my head right now. So that's 2 strikes on Bash. Third one will be a DQ. As I say, however, he cannot lose the title on a disqualification. And Bash making use of the ropes now, holding him down on this goal on Bushwacker Luke. As I've just said, he does have to be careful though. He has 2 public warnings, a third one, and that will end the match. I'm pretty certain though, at the end of the day, he is not going to complain if he wins by disqualification. The ace is the slingshot. Pinfall attempt. 1, 2. That is veteran ring savvy from the WWE Hall of Famer. Manages to get that left foot up on the rope. Ends the count. Bash is now pressing that advantage. Luke back to his feet. Bash levels him, tries to level him with the forearm, tries to level him again, kicks, Asiatic thrusts, clothesline, and that's what finally puts Cousin Luke down. Lateral press.
2 counts.
Another 2 counts. Cousin Luke managed to escape through ring savvy. That awareness that comes with all years spent in ring. From the corner to the opposite corner. Running clothesline. Bushwacker Luke goes down. Lateral press.
2 counts.
Kick out by Luke at 2. Bash is becoming more and more frustrated with each kick out by his opponent. He has to remember, he is the champion. He does maintain championship advantage. Bringing Luke back to a vertical base using that singlet he's wearing. Series of left hands. And a standing clothesline from Luke puts Bash down on the floor. Momentum this time puts Bash down a second time. And a third clothesline. Kick to the guts, head control. The DDT from Cousin Luke only manages a 2 count.
15 minutes gone.
Only registers a 2 count on the champion. Bash manages a jawbreaker on Cousin Luke. Whipping it into the corner now. Picks him up. Scoop and a slam.
Bash going to the second rope.
High rent district, and it does not pay Cousin Luke rolls out of the way. Bash is now left on the floor, open to. Knee drop, catches Bash, flush on the jaw. Referee out of position. Referee advising Luke that he's not in a position to pin. Both competitors back to their feet. And Bash manages to force Cousin Luke into the referee. Referee's currently out of commission. And I'm not sure what just happened there, but it looked suspiciously like Bash may have connected with a foreign object.
Looks like Bash has just got the victory.
16 minutes and 32 seconds of wrestling. The one fall required for victory. Your winner, and still LPW champion, Bash!
Now, of course, what the referee doesn't see, the referee can't call. There was definitely a foreign object involved in that finish. Of course, it's a baseball player, so what do you expect?